Hello, and welcome to Brendan's Car Talk for Monday, April 11th, 2022. Season 4, Episode 18. I've been doing this weekly since December. I first started doing this years ago, but the consistency of the last 4-ish months, that's cool. As always, shout out to the meal tier, Tommy, Gimpy, Bobby B, Brian Watson, Rob Arbeck, Morgan, and Mama Thomas. Patreon, there will be a new tier by the end of this week. And it will include just like, this is Brendan Early, the Car Talks, and the Daily Podcast, or On This Day Podcast. And I put my expectations real high on myself of what I want to do. And I realize there's 24 hours in a fucking day. And I need sleep, and I need rest. And rest is way different than sleep. Like, ugh. But, yeah, if you're not on the Patreon, sign up by the end of this month, because that caffeine tier, the base tier right now, which is $5 American, that will be going up to $10. And you get a whole bunch. You almost get a podcast a day. That's my goal. I want to get like a podcast a day there. But if not, the new tier will only be audio only. That'll be about $4 a month. That's starting up the end of this week. I just need to relabel what is caffeine, what is that new tier, and it's just a tip. And thank you very much for the tip and the support and all the support. Because especially, I'm going to break down like what my goals are for the next year. And if you saw the album artwork, it's California. This is called The Road to California. When I first went down my fitness journey, I had hashtag BC's Road to. And it was Road to Sexy, Road to Better Health, shit like that. And it was Sexy AY, very much like Grandmaster Sexy, but not with multiple X's. And it is... I'm a believer, I guess, of like, put your intentions into the universe. If you're too afraid to admit your own goals, how do you want to achieve them? That's why things are dreams, or you need to win the lottery for this. And I just heard a quote from someone, and they mentioned how if you really want your dreams and you want to work hard, it's not about the 40 hours you put in. It could be 60, it could be 80, it could be 100 hours a week. You just need to fucking do it. And I've settled on good enough on a lot of things. And good enough is good enough, but it's not great. It's not that special. And this is where my brain goes. I'm so conflicted. I do not think anyone is worth more or more special. If you act like a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. But like, hard work is what makes someone special. The fact that they're able to keep their commitments, the fact that they're able to keep their word, that does make people special, because there are liars and cheats in the world. But if we don't have those liars and cheats, we wouldn't know the good people. And I think it's one of those, like, you believe what you're told about yourself. Like, I was told I was a piece of shit. I was treated like I was worthless. And the fucked up thing about wrestling is when promoters like, hey, Brendan, are you available this day? I go, yeah, this much. And they either say yes or just don't reply. And yeah, I want to break down like what it is, but the major goal is WrestleMania weekend. So I actually wrote this long ass post. So before I post it on Tuesday, I'll read it to you guys. It's been on my Patreon for a few days, but March 29th, 2023. WrestleMania 39 takes place April 1st and 2nd next year in California. But for the better part of the last decade, the whole week has hosted a ton of pro wrestling events under banners of independent promotions. I've always viewed that week of WrestleMania as wrestling's equivalent of Chinese New Year. It's not January 1st, but it's the start of a new calendar year and resets for professional wrestling. The best wrestlers in the world are performing in that hosted city. The greatest of all time are being appreciated and doing appearances. That weekend should always be the goal. Not necessarily performing on WrestleMania, but performing that week. I never had grand goals of having a contract in wrestling or even being a good wrestler. But I've worked hard. I've been a part of wrestling for 8 years and accomplished way more than I ever thought. Made great friends, made great mentors, but most importantly taught me patience, and you get out what you put in. I just wanted to have a match. But now I'm having good matches. Wrestling multiple times a month, coaching multiple classes a week. I'm just a fan first. My greater goal is to host something in entertainment that has nothing to do with wrestling. But I'm just a kid who's loved wrestling for 25 plus years that now gets to do it at a high level. But if you don't push yourself out of your comfort zone, push yourself to your limits, you'll never know how good you're able to be. In the next 12 months, I have multiple camps, tours, training experiences scheduled all over the world to become the best wrestler I can be. I'm quitting my job January, if not earlier, to push myself to become the best version I can be. I do have to be a little more selfish, but that doesn't mean disrespecting people, just more focus. Luckily, through my Patreon, I've been able to provide some great content and create a community of strangers that have made friendships with each other. There are friends, acquaintances, fans, etc., but these motherfuckers are my sponsors. No matter how little or much they give me directly, I'm forever grateful for them. If you've enjoyed my positive posts, thoughts, wrestling, whatever, I urge you to sign up for the Patreon. But even if you don't, I appreciate the support. But there's only 24 hours in a day, only 356 days until Mania week next year. I was once told you're a lifer when it comes to wrestling. I appreciate them telling me that. I know so many people that have been doing this for 15 plus years that aren't as well known for how good they are, and I don't want that to be me. I don't know how much longer I have in wrestling. Don't worry, no less than 5 years. But I do know if I don't work my fucking ass off now, it'll be a slap in the face for everyone that's helped me along the way. The seminars, the car rides, the training sessions, the matches, etc. Thank you for all the support so far, but the ride is about to become a lot crazier next. Sincerely grateful for all of you that I've met in my journey of life, and I can't wait to see who else I meet along the way. There is a friend that I used to work at Cineplex with, and he just got married, and we had like these little mini conversations afterwards, like congratulations, and then I was appreciative of like him being happy and us having good conversations, and then he mentioned to me that he always respected my drive and determination, and like I've done podcasts for 10 years. I first did a wrestling class in grade 7. Like there is all these things, and I put up this post every now and then of just like, I can't do everything I want to do, but I'm going to do all the things I can do. And that comes back to 24 hours in a day. Unfortunately, I'm a team guy, and I think like when the whole team wins, you win. But when someone on the team isn't holding their own weight, you got to cut them. You're not going to have the best team if someone isn't helping for the greater good. And that's like the bad part of like, how are you an asshole that you need to cut teammates, but how is it fair to everyone else if that person isn't holding their own weight? Like, you can help someone get back up, but if they stay down, like, you can't fucking do anything about that. Which goes down to now me, Mania week next week, March 30th. This is my goals, and I'm going to tell you this. I've written this down. There's some specifics here that I can't say because of wrestling, but I listened to a podcast a few years ago, and it said, break down the year in quarters and have like a book you want to read, blah, 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 all of this stuff. And so I kind of did that. I broke the next 12 months down into quarters and what my main goal and what I'm trying to accomplish is. So April to June, I need to get my passport. My passport expired the first year of the pandemic. I wasn't allowed to travel, so I wasn't. I'm going to need to travel in 12 months. I'm going to need to travel a lot sooner than that, hopefully. So I need to do that. Between April to September, I want to win a title outside of Ontario. I don't know if that's in the States. I don't know if that's in Quebec. I don't know if that's... I'm going to New Brunswick. I don't know if that's over there. I've been going to the West Coast. I'm going to be going back there soon. I don't know if that's where I'm going to win a title, but I'm going to fucking try. Because it's one thing to have a title in your own province, a title in your own home promotion, but it's another to have in another province. Like, wrestling titles are weird for the fact, like, I see it as Employee of the Month. You don't get, like, a loss up, but it's recognition. Like, you still are getting appreciated for the hard work you put in and the trust that someone has in you, that you'll be there every month and you'll be having high-quality matches, etc., etc. Between July and September, this isn't really a goal, it's just something I'm going to host a training camp and coach some people in New Brunswick in August. That's fucking cool. I train a class every Tuesday night in Cambridge for Crossbuy and every Saturday morning for experienced wrestlers at Battle Arts in Mississauga. Like, so many people put trust in me and they think I'm capable of coaching people, and I think I am, and the kids I'm coaching appreciate it. So now I have that confidence that other people instilled in me. Between July to December, I'm going to be focusing on wrestling in the Northeast. That's fucking America. That's going back to Ohio, Michigan, New York. And then October, December, I'm going to go to Mexico to train for a little bit. Also, right now, I'm in the middle of telling a story at Barrie. I'm trying to figure out how to tell stories that make fans want to come back month after month. And right now, I'm in a storyline that if it goes to plan, it concludes in December. We're in fucking April. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's 10 months. 10 months this story will be. And if it works, it works. That's awesome. So pay attention to myself and Barry. Pay attention to all myself and doing everywhere, because I'm trying to tell a fucking story. I'm trying to continue these fucking, why should you come back to watch Holden Albright wrestle the same person or wrestle someone else? I'm trying to give you a fucking reason. I'm trying to work fucking hard at that. I ran a show during the pandemic. That show was supposed to be a real show before the pandemic became a thing. I spent money on Super Crazy to wrestle Forza, and I was going to run a show this month, and the pandemic, the lockdown started happening in December. I got cold feet. I didn't run it. Young Love started running a show. Fucking congratulations, Andy. I'm proud of you. But now I want to run at least one real show. If I can do it before December, awesome. But if I have to wait till December, whatever, because there's a promo contest on my Patreon. Like fucking Pizza Man came in, Brian Watson came in December, and he's doing pretty well, so he might be in the top 6, and the winner's going to wrestle me, and the 2 runner-ups are going to wrestle in a trios match. So I need to run a show in December. And then between January to March, the first week of January, I'm going to quit my job. If not sooner, like I mentioned in the note. I'm going to be based in Europe for the first 4 weeks of next year, or quit the job and then go to Europe. And I'm just focusing on training. If I get booked, cool. I've mentioned training a lot because between January to March 29th, I'm going to go down to California to train for 2 weeks. Maybe I can get a weekend in Texas or Florida or both. That'll be fucking awesome. But if I can't, I understand. I've mentioned the word train a lot. I think if you go in with the intention of, I need to be booked on shows, I need to wrestle, you don't control you being booked. Someone needs to book you to be booked. So, but if you go to focus on training to learn to get better, bookings will come. And when they do come, you'll be ready. Opportunity is preparation meets opportunity, or success is whatever the fuck that phrase is. But that's my goal, because if I go to California for a couple weeks, if I train, if I make connections, when Mania Week is there in April, I'll already have those connections. So that's my goal. Mania Week next year. It's super scary to say this. I don't remember if it was a year before the pandemic or the mania of the pandemic, but there's footage somewhere that I'll find, I'll put on the Patreon this week, of me trying to basically do what I'm doing right now, where my goal was for Mania. I've always made like 2-year goals or start in 6 months, whatever. This is the only time that I'm doing a goal that's 12 months, and it starts fucking 3 weeks ago, started 2 months ago. I need to take this seriously because I don't have another chance. Fucking, what is it? Lose yourself. This is my only moment. I gotta go, whatever the shit is, but I hope you understand why this means so much to me. I hope you understand why I'm so passionate, because I never thought that I could accomplish any of this. I don't think I'm a good person. I just do good things because I want to be the person that I wish people were to me. And I have a lot of people don't see it because they see the positive shit I post and how nice I am. But I have heated discussions with people all the fucking time. I lose more than I win, but I just don't dwell on the losses. I don't post about all my losses. I'd rather be encouraging than discouraging, because what the fuck is the point of that negative energy? But it's fucking scary. But I hope you all stay safe, sane, healthy. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. And, like, thank you so much for giving me a space to say these things, to have these thoughts. And, like, lastly, just, like, the courage, because like you guys raised me up so fucking much. So have a good one, everybody. Talk soon.